Okay, we're back again. We are now in the halfway from Addis Ababa, and we got bored and we decided to make a video. And this time I'm asking the question and he's answering. So, Crystal, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
How was your last workshop in Dakar?
That was great. It was great. It was much more relaxed than all the other workshops. This is just because I more and more get used to this adventure thing, you know. Like, my special connection to malaria, dengue, Zika, and COVID. It is. I have to be honest. Yeah.
We'll make a special video for that.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, you know, you go to this. Whenever you go to a new country, a new city, you have to learn how this works and stuff like that. And I truly believe that. And it's not, please do not misunderstand me, but I think that what I feel is I'm European. So maybe for me, there are much more new things in these cities than for you as someone from Africa.
Exactly.
I might be wrong, but
it starts with the face. Like I'm more. Every day I face people with a familiar face than me. I don't feel like I'm outside of Addis.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But not only from a cultural perspective, even from a physical perspective, I understand where you're coming.
Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. Yeah? It's just but you know, the more I do in these workshops, the more I get used to it. The more I feel comfortable with it. And an example, the area where we have been was a bit comparable to the area in Kampala. But in Kampala, it was much more pressure on me to deal with it. And now it was just, that's cool, I'm fine, I'm here. So that means it opens my perspective. And that's one of the things that I really love in this project. That I, even, you know, the project is also a mirror for myself. I learned a lot about myself. And that's a very great experience.
Okay. So how many cities did you do in Africa?
How many states? Countries?
Until now.
Well, okay, I've been to Ethiopia, Kampala, Kigali, Dar es Salaam, Johannesburg, Windhoek,
now together with
Dakar, and then now Yaoundé.
So you have already done like 7 now.
So 8.
Okay.
No, 7 done. Yaoundé, yeah.
So like from the 7 cities, how do you see Africa from Crystal's perspective? What do you find special about it? What do you find good about it? What do you find bad about it? How do you if you are asked like to express Africa, how would you express it?
Well, it's like free jazz. It's like you know,
jazz. Okay.
You know, because every city was totally different. Okay. And you know, imagine I never had any idea about. Let me just open this door, this window, because then it's a bit more. Or let me do it something like.
I think the light is here.
It's there, yeah. That's live.
Okay.
The other one?
The other one.
Yeah, the other one is on yours. Ladies and gentlemen, this is live. Therefore, we're not do.
We're sorry for the technical difficulties.
We will not cut this, you know.
Okay.
So, no, I think it's like an example. I had no idea about Kampala, Uganda. And once I was there, it was like, you know, the thing is like, my first experience in Africa was South Africa. Okay. Some years ago. I was there with my wife. And I, again, forgot into the lecture and some other stuff. And then we've been traveling around South Africa. And everyone told me South Africa is not about Africa. But this is not Africa, it's just European.
It's a description.
Yeah. And I said, okay, I don't understand. And once I was in Addis Ababa the first time, I said, okay, now I understand what they wanted to be talking about. I had this very special hotel and stuff like that. So now I feel like home in Addis, if I'm allowed to say this, but I really feel like home. So now this name that you gave me, Ababa, has a meaning for me, because I feel like, I would never say I feel like an Ethiopian, that would be unfair, but I feel like, I'm connected to this city. And then Kampala was like, oh my God, what is this? I've never seen something like this before. I was totally exhausted from the first day on. I loved it, but I was done after these 5 days. I was totally done. And then another thing that I learned about me is in the media, there's a special picture of Africa. Yeah? And what we learn in Europe about Africa has nothing to do with Africa. It's not that the media is lying, Of course, when they talk about whatever, like corruption or, unemployed people or whatever, there are so many things. Of course, it's not lying, but it's only a tiny little part of what Africa is. So, and I saw it, there are two things that showed me this. The one thing is, the only thing I knew about Rwanda was, that civil war and stuff like that is a terrible thing. And so I wait a developing country with very low life equality, stuff like that. But it was a wonderful city. Kigali is amazing. It's very clean. It felt so calm. It was so nice to be there. And the second thing is, when I think about Africa, this was the question for me. If I would summarize Africa, I would say it's the most misunderstood place in the world. And what I see is 2 billion, not 2 billion, but I see so many talents, so many young people that have so many ideas, and I really appreciate just the ability to talk to these people and to work with them because they're awesome.
So, in connection to this answer,
yeah.
So, what do you expect from the Inter-African project at the end of the day? If everything works out, what's your vision of it?
Well, the vision is, on the one hand, I want to have these games that show that you can use games and gamification for a changing process. You can make the world a better place by using games and gamification. So it doesn't mean that gamification is solving any problem, but it's always an option if you want to solve a problem. The next thing is I want to have an African-wide network where we connect all these participants with each other. And but what is also very important for me, I want to create not only an African-wide network, I want to have a worldwide network which is based on Africa. Because I want guys like you to come to Germany and do other projects with me, and so that we both share our knowledge and our experience to be better.
That's actually like a point to add on that is, like for example, we have the African Union, which is supposed to be a union of all the African countries, and you always hear this political integration, economic integration, and so the biggest missing point in my view was the people integration. Like, for example, like before this project, I knew no one from Dakar, from Abidjan, from Lomé, from all the cities we visited. I knew like not even one person. And like you can't have your economical integration, you can't have political integration without having the people.
Yes, I agree.
And I actually I'm really optimistic about the project, creating this. It might not be like a huge network, but like at least a minimum of 500, 1,000 talented people working together, not only across Africa, but throughout the world. And I see that happening.
Absolutely, and that's what I will fight for all the time. So that is because we need to have these networks, and we also need to understand. I would even like to have this network as a showroom for everyone, an example in Europe, to understand Africa. For me, Africa is the continent of opportunities, and not the continent of all the sad things. It's not that I'm not willing to see all the bad things that happen in Africa. But we have bad things in Europe too, we have bad things in America too. So it is not the only continent in the world that has problems. But for me, Africa is the key to a better world in the future. Because any kind of problem that might come up in the future, like an example, think about city planning. Think about the questions how cities should look like in the future. Africa is doing this discussion all the time. And you have cities that are in a changing growth much faster and stronger than we have it in Germany or in Europe. We can learn from you. So that's the other important aspect. We need to understand it's about a conversation on eye level. and not about, oh, there are these tiny little Africans, we need to help them or whatever. It's about like we are, you know. We started together. I've been the mentor. Now we do a project together. Even in this project, I'm consulting you, but every day we work together. Every day we are more in a situation that we are equal. We do this together, the whole project. It is not an African project from my personal perspective. It's not a German project. It's an African-German cooperation. And this is the strength, you know, that what we have. And I don't care about whether you are African or I'm European. I know that there are lots of points in history, but what I care about is what we are, our spirit, our working together. Because that's what I want. And that's, from my perspective, that's the power that we have.
Yeah. And hallelujah to that.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay.
That's actually, we have more, like, the more we work together, we find that like we have more in common.
Yes.
Than actually what makes us different.
Yes.
And like speaking of commonalities, the previous video we didn't show them what the gift we received from the Dakar participants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we show them again. These wonderful things in example.
I don't think.
And lots of clothes and stuff like that. So yeah. I'm not walk like an African, but I have fashion like an African.
Exactly. So, like we're about to bow down. Like,
yes.
Do you have any last words?
I'm not dying at the moment, but I would say that I think Enter Africa is much more than just a project. It's an idea. It's a vision. And I hope that even when the project itself is over, people will take this vision to go on and create their own work under the label Enter Africa. And that would be awesome.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Okay. See you later.
See you later.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.